G'day and welcome to WineWeek. I'm Danny.
And I'm Brad.
And after a big 100th episode where we looked at 4 wines that almost cost 2,000 Australian dollars, let's calm things down a little bit.
Back into the bargain territory, I think.
Yeah, and our first bargain of the week is a Koleski wine. Now, we've looked at a bunch of Koleskis before, and to a bottle, they're all amazingly good value. Now, this is a brand new release from Koleski. It's a white. They're probably best known for their reds, but this is a straight Chenin Blanc. This is the Florentine. Brand new release, as I say. And look, we're starting to see a few Chenin Blancs come over the desk here at WineWeek. Look, back in the very early 80s, it was a hugely popular grape, but then Chardonnay took over and everybody rushed down that path, planting Chardonnay left, right and centre. Few people have held on to their Chenin Blanc grapes, and something like this, the Florentine from Koleski, is a very good option as we start to push into summer here down under. Nice and crisp, a little bit of kind of honey notes on the background of this, but as I say, it's kind of like nice and zesty at the same time, just like we kind of enjoy in our Rieslings that we push week after week, something that kind of cleans the palate out, doesn't leave you with a big sticky flavour in the gob, but still good, lots of flavour in it at the same time. Under $20, that's a bargain and definitely something you need to have a go at.
Yeah, that's right. It took us 100 episodes to get to a Chenin Blanc, so we got there eventually. But good to see the Koleski guys doing some good stuff with the white grapes too.
Definitely.
Now I'm going to have a look at what is possibly one of the most bargain Pinot Noirs that you're going to see around the traps at the moment. And this is the Stonia's Pinot Noir. Now this is just their stock standard Pinot, not the reserve, and they do a couple of other sort of single vineyard type ones as well. But these guys have really hit the nail on the head with this one. This is the 2007 vintage, so look out for it because it's relatively recently released. And if you see it, snap it up, because one of the criticisms that we always have with Pinot is that generally you have to spend the wrong side of $40, maybe even $50 to get the really good quality. But here's an example of what Stonias have done with this vintage, and they've pulled out an absolute ripper at half that. This recommended retails on this about $25 a bottle. So, it's still not as cheap as your absolute bargain Shiraz and things that we talk about. But for a Pinot Noir of this quality, to give you an idea, James Halliday's just written this one up in the mid to pushing the higher 90s, which is a pretty amazing for their entry-level Pinot. And especially Mornington Peninsula are quite known for their more expensive reds down there. So it's great to see something coming in at the mid-20s, which is more approachable for most people. And it's an incredible wine, very rich flavours and really worth having a look at.
Yeah, definitely. Love that. Now, one of the reasons a lot of people enjoy Pinot is because it's a little bit lighter. We looked at some last week, big, massive, powerful, fruit-driven things, but, Pinot a little bit lighter. And this is a GSM from Rhone that is also kind of a little bit lighter. We've looked at a bunch of GSMs over the period, and look, I love them because they're so approachable, so drinkable right now. But most of the stuff that comes out of the Barossa, the Grenache component, a beautiful old big gnarly vine Grenache it's massive fruit. Look, from the Margaret River like these guys, you're not going to get that same sort of flavour. It's a little bit lighter, still really good fruit in it, really approachable once again, really drinkable right now. This is a wine that's coming in around about the $25 mark, somewhere in that sort of range. But it's great, really drinkable, as I say. Awesome for just throwing together with a pasta or a pizza of a Friday night. And look, these guys, they're in it for the long haul. They've even planted French acorns over in Western Australia so that they can grow their own French oak here down under. So that's how serious these guys are about building wine. This one, a great entry point. Have a go at it. Yeah, and good to see this sort of blend coming out of WA as well, because we've generally only looked at the sort of the Cabernets and Rieslings and that sort of stuff from over there as well. Yeah, anyhow, that's it for this week on Wine Week. 3 bargains. We hope we see you all again next week.
See you next week.